This is News 3 Now at 5.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Could our break from Badger football soon be over? There are unconfirmed reports tonight that Big Ten schools are eyeing a season start date.
Now, this news would come a little more than a month after the UW and the Big Ten decided to postpone the fall sports season due to COVID-19. Sports director Zach Hanley walks us through what we know right now. Zach?
Well, today's Big Ten football buzz started because of a hot mic catching Nebraska President Ted Carter before a press conference.
We're getting ready to announce a Husker in Big Ten football tonight.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. It appears Big Ten football is coming back, and Jeff Petrikis of the Journal-Sentinel confirmed the news, tweeting out, "Polls are closed, votes are in, time for Badgers fans and their pals across the league to celebrate." An official announcement has yet to come from the Big Ten Conference, but the latest kickoff proposal has the season starting on October 17th, with each team playing 8 games in 9 weeks, with the Big Ten title game set for December 19th. And that would allow the Big Ten to play in the college football playoff. The biggest reason the league may change its mind could be because of faster COVID-19 tests. Athletic Director Barry Alvarez mentioned speedy results as a key to play when he talked back in August. Now we'll just have to wait until the news becomes official.
All right, Zach, thank you. If Big Ten football does come back, will there be fans in the stands? Maybe tailgate parties? Well, earlier on News 3 Now Live at 4, Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway says she does not think that would be a wise decision.
We can't support folks in the stands at any sort of density, and we certainly can't support parties. The bottom line here, folks, is that our health is the most important thing, right? We love our football, but our health is more important.
Well, 10 more people in Wisconsin have died due to COVID-19 complications. The state's death toll now at 1,223. There were 1,196 new cases of the virus. That's an increase from yesterday's 979. To date, 91,369 cases have been confirmed. Roughly 11.5% of those remain active. And the amount of testing was also 3 times higher, with 12,266 people being tested in the past day. DHS officials say 11% of results came back positive. That's a decrease of nearly 9 points compared to Monday. As a result, the state's 7-day average has gone down slightly to 14%. And data from UW-Madison shows there were 2 new positive tests reported on campus. 20 students and 2 employees tested positive off campus. The number of test results reported today is lower than yesterday because no on-campus testing is performed on weekends. There is still a chance UW-Madison students get sent home this semester, but not for at least another week and a half. Today, Dane County's executive said that's too long to wait.
Our Gabriella Becerra asked Joe Parisi if he felt the university did enough to defend its decision, and she's live on campus tonight. Gabby?
Parisi says Madison is among the fastest growing cities for COVID cases, and that doesn't put us in a good spot as fall quickly approaches.
Frankly, I think that the UW's experiment has not worked.
An experiment that's now led to online courses for 2 weeks and quarantining 6 students. Joe Parisi says that's a step in the right direction.
I'm still very concerned about the number of cases.
So the Dane County executive says it's time for the UW to take a leap.
They should let parents come and pick up their young people once they test negative and, realize that we are in the middle of a pandemic.
UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank stood by her school's decision to keep students on campus. Today, her office referred us back to yesterday's press conference. Blank said in-person classes are still the best way to learn.
We're on a 2-week hiatus. I hope that we might bring these numbers down, that we might see some changes. And, we'll be evaluating whether we reopen or not.
Even if the university chooses to finish the semester online, Blank says a large number of students wouldn't just disappear.
We're going to have 35,000 students in town, whether we're in person, online or not. And it makes a lot more sense to have some in-person interactions.
Parisi points to science, which he says shows having that many students on campus isn't going to end well for our community.
We've had our best success in the past when we've been able to get out ahead of this before it gets out of control. And I think that COVID kind of fired a warning shot the last couple of weeks, and I think we need to listen to it and take further steps.
Chancellor Blank says the university will continue to evaluate the situation and decide if students do need to be sent home. But that won't be until after the 2-week virtual shift, which runs through next Thursday.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Governor Evers focused on health today as well, even though he worries many people are relaxing too much now about COVID-19.
The governor is especially concerned with college students who are driving Wisconsin's spiking case totals lately. Amanda Quintana is here with what he had to say about the university's decision to keep kids on campus. Amanda?
Evers says he supports UW, but there are some things they could have done better, and that includes communication. But at the end of the day, he says they approached it well and commends their increase in testing at dorms and on campus. As for whether students should have come back in the first place, he says if we waited for the pandemic to be over or people to get vaccines, that's not going to happen before Christmas. So UW had to move forward the best they could.
Their approach, we always said it was going to be bumpy, both in the K through 12 world and the university, and it has been. But at the end of the day, we just have to make sure that students, especially in the university system, really take on the issue of individual responsibility. That's the bottom line.
The state is seeing a dramatic increase of cases over the last week among people ages 18 to 24, while cases in all other age groups have gone down. Health leaders are calling this observation a striking one, saying now the challenge is figuring out how to reduce transmission in that younger group, as well as preventing them from transmitting it to older, more vulnerable adults like their parents or their grandparents.
Amanda, thank you. In southwestern Wisconsin, the Iowa Grant School District is closing its elementary and middle school for the rest of the week. In a Facebook post, the district says it decided to close the schools after getting guidance from the Iowa County Department of Health. You've probably never considered what might happen to your wastewater after you flush the toilet. Well, a group of researchers at the Wisconsin State Hygiene Lab is very interested, and our Jamie Perez explains why.
So normally when you pass a manhole, you don't really think much of it, but this one that these guys are working on here behind me might catch your eye. This is on campus in between Bradley and DeJoe Pauls, and what they're doing is they're testing students' wastewater to try to track COVID and the prevalence of it in this community. And coming up tonight at 6, trust me, you are not going to want to miss this. I'm going to explain this entire process and how this is helping in the COVID research.
The spot where Jamie is just one of more than 60 locations around the state where researchers are collecting wastewater twice a week to complement what contact tracers are doing. She'll have the full story, as she mentioned, coming up on News 3 at 6.
A sunny and breezy Tuesday. We could see some cooler temps a little later in the week. Let's get your first one forecast with Gary.
We'll still sneak in another mild day tomorrow. Skies will be sunny, and that will keep temperatures up, but it will turn cooler with a cold front coming through tomorrow afternoon. Visible cloud track right now, very little in the way of cloudiness across the state, but a lot of haze from the wildfire smoke out to the west. As we look at Doppler track, not a drop of rain across Wisconsin or the upper Midwest. Nearest rain is to the north into Canada and moving away from us. Temperatures right now are in the middle to upper 70s. Madison right now at 77. Janesville actually checking in at 81. La Crosse at 80. But those winds will shift around to the northwest tomorrow afternoon. So look for a low tonight in the lower 60s. Partly sunny tomorrow, but it'll be breezy. A high of 76. Then temperatures will start turning cooler later in the afternoon, and that will set up cooler weather for the rest of the week. I'll have more details on weather in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Madison police are looking for help finding a missing man. The Madison PD said 24-year-old Joseph Essie was last seen about 7:30 last night on Bar Circle. If you know where he is, you are asked to call police.
2 people facing possible attempted homicide charges were taken into custody on Madison's east side this morning. The Madison Police Department said 28-year-old Sierra Jackson and 55-year-old Charmaine Brown are accused of stabbing a woman on August 13th. Police say a 27-year-old Madison woman suffered a serious stab wound to the chest while she was trying to break up a fight on the 3600 block of Kipling Drive. Officers were called to a disturbance on that same block just after 3 o'clock this morning. Officers learned that Jackson and Brown, suspects in the stabbing, were inside. After several hours of negotiating, police say patrol and SWAT officers were able to take them into custody. A man was also arrested on an outstanding warrant.
A plea has been entered for a Janesville man accused of looting in downtown Madison. Court records show 22-year-old Mackenzie Jacobson did not speak, and the court entered a not guilty plea on his behalf today. Madison police say Jacobson was caught leaving Fontana Sports while carrying a plastic bag that contained a men's T-shirt and rain jacket. The complaint says Jacobson told police he came to Madison to see the protest with his brother. Officials say Fontana lost an estimated $500,000 to $700,000 from damages sustained and items stolen as a result of the violence and looting.
Election clerks in Wisconsin are rushing to mail absentee ballots today after the state Supreme Court lifted its ban last night. More than 1,850 clerks in municipalities big and small are working to meet a Thursday deadline in state law to mail the ballots to more than 1 million voters who've requested them so far. The Madison City Clerk says they're mailing over 80,000 absentee ballots this week.
So if you're thinking voting by mail might be a good option for you, go ahead and request your absentee now. The earlier, the better. But if you're not comfortable with that, know that we will have outdoor drive-up and walk-up absentee voting sites October 20th through November 1st.
The Madison City Clerk says they have over 4,500 people signed up to work the polls, but believe that about a quarter of those people will cancel due to the pandemic. So they're still accepting applications for new poll workers.
In more local news, Dane County is turning cow manure into drinking water. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi, along with Aqua Innovations and GL Dairy Biogas, cut the ribbon on this technology that turns cow manure from 3 local farms into drinkable water. The community nutrient concentration system is believed to be the first in the United States. It's part of Dane County's effort to clean up area lakes.
Out of one pipe, you get a nutrient concentration that can be used and applied where necessary and reduces the need for additional fertilizers. And on the other end, just down in the stream behind us, there is clean, potable water that comes out that is cleaner than the water that's in there right now.
The county has invested about $1.6 million into this project. A team of civil engineers is grading Wisconsin's infrastructure, and they say we get a C grade. That means the infrastructure in the state is mediocre and requires some attention. The report analyzes 13 infrastructure categories, including bridges, dams, drinking water, roads, and wastewater. The report says Wisconsin is underinvested in transit and road systems.
There is an estimated $13 billion shortfall over the next decade if road improvement projects are not funded. Wisconsin Department of Transportation has predicted that the conditions for state highways will deteriorate over the next 10 years, increasing pavements rated 4 or below as much as 50% if additional funding is not provided.
Officials say roadway features in Wisconsin are likely a contributing factor in a third of fatal crashes in the state. Today is WISE TV and Madison Magazine editorial director Neil Heinen's last day on the job, and the city is proclaiming today as Neil Heinen Day. Neil is retiring tomorrow. The mayoral proclamation was announced by Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway earlier today on News 3 Now Live at 4. Heinen's mayoral proclamation describes his path from an aimless 27-year-old to one of Madison's most respected voices. The last For the Record show featured Neil instead of being hosted by him. In it, Mark Kane, Susan Simon turned the tables on Neil and learn more about his storied career and all the people and projects he's covered. You can watch that full episode through our website, channel3000.com, and you can watch his last editorial with us starting tonight on News 3 Now at 10. A hearty congrats out to Neil. He will be missed.
That's for sure. There's more to come tonight at 5. Up next, Hurricane Sally is preparing to make landfall. We'll have the latest on the storm's path. And then at 6, days before the anniversary of the 2018 Middleton workplace shooting, Paradigm's CEO is reflecting on the importance of gratitude. That's coming up at 6. A check of Wall Street. The Dow was largely unchanged, but the NASDAQ saw a 134-point jump. The S&P 500 was up 18. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
You know your gutters are full of gunk, and you know you need to deal with it eventually. With LeafGuard, you can give up cleaning your gutters forever. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team would love to show you how LeafGuard's patented design channels rainwater into your gutters while leaves, seeds, and other debris just roll off, leaving them clog-free, guaranteed.
We looked at several different types of gutters, and we knew that we had problems with leaves. We have lots of trees around our house, and I'm the one who goes and cleans out the gutters, and I wanted to eliminate that hassle in the fall of cleaning the gutters, and LeafGuard has done a wonderful job.
Love to hear that. Right now, your LeafGuard brand gutter system comes with some great money-saving extras. Order now and save 75% on installation labor, get free financing for a year, and a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. We know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to people my age, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
Joe Biden tried to cut Social Security and Medicare for decades.
When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time.
Now, Biden's promising your benefits to illegal immigrants. President Trump is protecting Social Security and Medicare, lowering costs, expanding access, keeping his word.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Tonight at 6, Wisconsin clerks are busy trying to meet a state deadline to send more than 1 million absentee ballots, and how Wisconsin researchers are using wastewater to help trace the spread of COVID-19.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back, everyone. The city of Louisville, Kentucky settled the wrongful death lawsuit filed by the family of Brianna Taylor. Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher says the city has agreed to pay the family $12 million and agree to police reforms. Brianna Taylor was a black woman who was shot and killed by police who burst into her home using a no-knock warrant. Her death sparked months of protests in Louisville and nationwide, calling for the officers to be criminally charged. No one has been charged in Brianna Taylor's death.
The governor of Oregon is asking the White House for more help as the western states continue to battle those deadly wildfires. The western wildfires have now killed more than 24 people. Tens of thousands have left their homes in California, Washington, and Oregon. Weather patterns are pulling the smoke all the way to the East Coast now. As for the blanket of smoke hanging over Central California, meteorologists think that's not likely to clear up before October.
On the country's southern border, Hurricane Sally is expected to make landfall overnight. Forecasters say the biggest threat from the slow-moving storm could be an immense amount of rain that could trigger flooding from Mississippi to Florida. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey closed beaches in her state and urged people in low-lying areas to leave. Forecasters expect Sally to weaken before moving into Georgia sometime early Friday.
Well, let's get a look at our first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us. Gary?
Well, we're keeping an eye on Sally. You can see the eye of the storm now getting a little closer to the southern portion of Alabama, just south of Mobile, but it is still a very powerful storm. This is a 72-hour precipitation estimate, and of course, a lot of this rain has been falling over the Gulf of Mexico, but you can see these amounts somewhere in the 16 to almost 20-inch range so far, and already onshore in the southern portions of Florida, or the southern portions of the Florida Panhandle, we're seeing some 10 to 12-inch amounts, and over the next 3 days, another 10 to 20 inches of rain possible for southern portions of Alabama into the western Panhandle of Florida, and then another 5 to 10 inches or more heading up toward Montgomery, Alabama. Hurricane warnings are in effect for the southern portions of Mississippi and Alabama, the western portion of the Florida Panhandle. Tropical storm warnings in effect to the west and east of there. Also, a storm surge warning for high amounts of water and a tide that will move inland to southern portions of Alabama and as far westward as the New Orleans metro area. Right now, maximum sustained winds are 80 miles per hour with gusts to 100 miles per hour, moving very slowly to the north at 2 miles per hour. That's why the concern is from the rain and the storm surge. Maximum sustained winds probably weakening to just below hurricane force as it makes landfall right around Mobile, Alabama, then taking it up into southern Alabama and into central Georgia and South Carolina before it gradually falls apart. But again, it'll bring heavy amounts of rain in and along its path. 3 things we need to know in our forecast. It'll be breezy and still mild for tomorrow with high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, but cooler weather will return for Thursday and Friday as temperatures drop back into the 60s, and then dry weather expected not only for the rest of this week, but into the middle of next week. You can see Sally here, but it's not the only big hurricane right now. This is Hurricane Paulette, but fortunately that will not pose a threat to the United States. And farther to the east, there's tropical storms Teddy and Vicky. But as we look at weather track, notice the upper level winds coming out of the Pacific Northwest and bringing into the Midwest. That's why we have that haze of wildfire smoke aloft. Fortunately, it's at higher altitude, so we're not feeling the effects down near the ground. But temperatures are still pretty mild. 70s, some 80s out to the west of us. But notice the cooler weather to the north. There's actually a cold front that'll be dropping in. And as that happens, our winds will shift around to the northwest. Now for tonight, we'll look for a mild night with low temperatures in the lower 60s. But notice that wind shift by tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures will start falling late in the afternoon. Tomorrow night will clear out and turn cooler. And then as we head into Thursday, look for high temperatures to only reach the middle 60s. And will probably only be around 60 degrees for Friday. So for tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and mild. High temperature at 76. But again, that wind shift to the west-northwest will take place in the afternoon. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, after the passage of the cold front, temperatures drop back into the 60s for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We start to turn milder again next week. First day of fall officially is on Tuesday. High temperatures will be in the lower 70s, but toward the end of the week, we'll turn a little cooler. Really, the only chance of rain I have in the next 10 days is from Wednesday night into perhaps early Thursday morning, just a chance of showers at that time. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, taking a look at traffic conditions, whoops, go back there for a second. Along the Beltline, we were seeing some slowdowns around Monona Drive. Looks like that has started to clear up. Not seeing any other problems along the Beltline or the major highways around Madison. Right now on the Beltline, it's about a 14 to 15 minute trip in either direction between University Avenue and I-3990. To the south, heading down to Janesville, it'll take you 26 minutes from the Beltline southward, 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and 17 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5. The playoff plans for Major League Baseball are set, where the teams will be playing in the postseason. That's next. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit MadisonMagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, sponsored by the Wisconsin Beef Council.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Hey, Dutch boy, show me Mocha Red.
Okay.
Does it have a smooth, durable finish?
Yes, and it's 50% more stain resistant.
Still talking to Dutch boy?
Dutch boy, show me Sleepy Purple.
Okay.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's better.
He'll still help us paint, right?
With Dutch Boy's quality paint and Menards expert service, you can twist off to something great.
Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
I was sworn into the United States Senate in a hospital. My wife and daughter had been killed in an automobile crash. And lying in the bed were my 2 little boys. I couldn't have imagined what it would have been like if I didn't have insurance to cover them immediately and fully. 40 years later, one of those little boys, my son Bo, was diagnosed with terminal cancer, given months to live. I can't fathom what would have happened if the insurance companies had the power to say, last few months you're on your own. The fact of the matter is, healthcare is personal to me. Obamacare is personal to me. When I see the President of the United States try to eliminate this healthcare in the middle of a public health crisis, that's personal to me too. We've got to build on what we did because every American deserves affordable healthcare. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
At
At the New Balance store, we go above expectations and beyond shoes. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit, and we're experts in all of it. So, no matter why you run, your best race starts here. Stop by and experience the difference of your local New Balance store today.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to the experts at New Balance Madison.
New Balance Madison, Hilldale.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, Major League Baseball playoffs will look a little different this year, as you might expect. Today, the MLB and its players' union reached an agreement to play this year's postseason in a bubble. Under the plan, the playoffs would start September 29th. Now, for the division series, the MLB will use Globe Life Field, that's near Dallas and Arlington, Texas, Houston's Minute Maid Park, San Diego's Petco Park, and Dodger Stadium in L.A. That's all according to ESPN. The ALCS will take place in San Diego. The NLCS and World Series will be played in Arlington, with the World Series starting October 20th.
The Wisconsin volleyball team is showing off some new hardware. The Badgers revealed its Big Ten championship and national runner-up rings. The Badgers went 18-2 in conference play last season and made it all the way to the national championship, where they lost to Stanford. The Badgers will return 4 of their starters, including All-American setter Sydney Hilly and 3-time All-American and 2019 Big Ten Player of the Year Dana Redke. The team is scheduled to compete in the spring.
Final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
Wouldn't it be nice to not have to deal with your messy gutters anymore? Leave that nasty chore in the rearview mirror with a new Leaf Guard gutter system. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team would love to show you how Leaf Guard's patented design keeps leaves and debris out so you can give up cleaning your gutters forever. And now is the best time to get Leaf Guard. Order now and save 75% on installation labor, free financing for a year, and a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Let us help you create your family's recipe for health. SSM Health and News 3 Now are making it easy by putting all the ingredients right at your fingertips. With topics like healthy habits, nutrition, and mental well-being, there's something for everyone. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page for advice from SSM Health experts.
And catch fresh and informative reports on News 3 Now.
Take time for kids with SSM Health and News 3 Now.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Main Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
When you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, you'll always find great deals on the things you need. And right now, get even deeper savings store-wide with our lowest prices of the year. Like a free $15 gift card when you buy select bags of Hill's dog or cat food. All Carlisle specialty tires are 15% off. Farm and Fleet walnut halves or pieces are just $3.99. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru. And don't miss out on our lowest prices of the year.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
It's the furniture sale you don't want to miss. It's A1 Furniture's Back and Better Than Ever sale. Save up to 40% store-wide. Living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, all up to 40% off our already low prices. Plus, tax included on every purchase over $4.99. And that's not all. How about take 48 months to pay with no interest to qualified buyers? Most in-store items available for immediate pickup or delivery. Shop in-store or online at A1Furniture.com. Don't miss the A1 Back and Better Than Ever sale. On now.
Families are reeling right now, enduring illness, losing their employers' plans in droves. They need lifelines now. My plan lowers healthcare costs, gets us universal coverage quickly when Americans desperately need it. This is my promise to you. When I'm president, I will take care of your healthcare coverage and your family the same way I would my own. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Final check with Gary.
Well, we've got that hazy wildfire smoke overhead. There's the live view from the WIC Skycam looking out toward the southwest. And you can kind of see that orange haze in the sky, but temperatures are still pretty mild. 77 in Madison, 81 right now in Janesville, 80 in La Crosse, and 81 in Boscobel for the warm spots. But even near Lake Michigan, temperatures are in the upper 70s. Look for temperatures to drop into the lower 60s by early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be partly sunny, breezy, and mild with a high of 76. But a cold front will come through in the afternoon, shifting our winds around to the northwest, and then look for high temperatures in the 60s for the rest of the week into the weekend, but dry weather through the middle of next week.
All right, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.